Welcome to Basic Positioning Part 4, and we're looking this time at what we call a prone position, so where you're lying on your front. And a lot of the extension moves we do in Pilates starts from this position. Now I've asked Amy to rest her head on her hands initially, just to make her more comfortable while I sort of talk you through the position of her legs. Now, depending on what move we're doing will depend on where her leg position is. So I'm just going to ask her to just take her legs as wide as the mat. Okay, so when we're lying on our front, gravity is pulling us downwards. So unless we really focus on the tailbone going down towards her ankles, she's going to feel that her stomach is pressing into the mat. Now what I don't want you to do is to feel that you're grabbing hold of your abdominals. So normally what I do is I cue that your pubic bone at the front of you is going to just gently press down into the mat, and then what happens, she naturally sends her tailbone down towards her heels. Then I'd ask her to try and just rotate her legs slightly in, and then she's going to point her toes away. That's it. So now that she's engaged through her legs, her bum muscles have engaged, and also her centre, her powerhouse would have engaged as well. She's going to try and maintain her breathing in this position, and it's a lot harder with the breath because obviously you're face down. So it's sometimes useful to just make sure that you've got a little gap between your nose and the floor. So she's going to take a breath in, and she's going to try and breathe into the side of her t-shirt and into the back of her t-shirt. Now as she's breathing in, what I'm looking for is that this doesn't change shape. So she's going to maintain that waistband is level and parallel to the ceiling. Okay, so that's one of the positions that I ask people to come in online on their front. So it's send the tailbone down and under, you roll your thighs inwards and you point the toes away, and then you maintain your breath. So if I asked Amy to just pick up her ponytail and lengthen the head and start to lift, I'm looking that this stays nice and still. So she's going to just let the chin come off the chest. So she's going to, no wrinkles in the back of her neck. Yes, that's it. So she's got this C curve, and then the spine will follow. And then she's going to lay and she's going to push her breastbone forwards and down. So it's reversing that move. So she's going to go back down to the floor without using her shoulders to go back down. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, ponytail is going to lift up to the ceiling, Adam's apple to the back of the throat, pubic bone into the mat, roll the thighs in and point the toes away. And then when she comes down, she's going to push her breastbone forwards and down towards the mat without lifting her shoulders. And back down. Okay. Now another position I get people to use their arms in is to take the arms wide for me, Amy. And just bring the elbows so they're in line with your shoulders. There. Okay, and she's going to just open her fingers slightly to the side. Okay, so exactly the same, nothing changes around here because we're looking to use that support for the lower spine. She's going to push her pubic bone just gently down and away. She's going to wrap her thighs in slightly, point the toes. And then as she breathes in, she's going to just gently feel as though she's pulling the floor towards her without moving her arms, and then she's going to float her head up. So this is a preparation for a move called swan dive in Pilates. The chin's going to be slightly off her chest, that's it. And she's just going to come up to that point, and she's going to relax her chest muscles a little bit, so she's using her back to lift up. And then she's going to send that breastbone forwards and down into the mat. Okay, so you notice the arms are in a slight W shape, so that just allows a little bit more freedom through her spine. Then if she had her arms really close in, and she's going to bring her hands slightly forward so her elbows are underneath her shoulders, and she's going to draw her shoulders back. So she's more in a sort of a small E shape for me. And then she's going to try the same thing. So have your right hand pointing forwards there, Amy, a bit more so it's out to the side. There we go. and that one. Okay, and then try and float up for me. Pubic bone in. Okay, so that's going to be a lot harder when we've got the arms narrower. And then she's going to go back down to the floor. So that's basic positioning part 4, and I shall see you next time for positioning 5.